Hello, my name is Amos Tarfa, and today I want to talk about education in the AI revolution. I have been an educator for many years, and I think that we're living in very interesting times. I used to teach at a private school in Duluth, Minnesota, and then I did some of my work in Fargo, North Dakota, as well as I've lived in Superior, Wisconsin, and now we're based in Texas. And part of what I want to do in this video is I want to encourage families to realize, well, the first thing I want to do is make sure that my lighting is perfect. Sorry about the, I'm standing out here. Let me give us the clear skies. But part of what I want to do today is I want to encourage families to think about education differently from what they've ever done before. In the AI revolution, where knowledge is readily available and generative AI exists, what does this mean for education? It means that we need to rethink how we do things. We're not, I'm not saying that we shouldn't teach as much of content, but it seems like we need to raise the bar in a sense. And we need to actually ask ourselves fundamental questions about why do we do what we do? For everything we're doing in education, we need to ask, why are we doing it? And is this the time to do it? The reason why this is important is because we're going to start seeing a lot more apathy. And this is just the reality. When children have a way to bypass their assignments or bypass certain things, some of them will begin to ask certain questions. And we have to think ahead. We have to think about what the implications is of what is going on right now. Let me just give a recommendation today, and I'll be back to do more on this topic of education in the AI age. We need to be focused on human flourishing and helping young people to we want to inspire them to live lives that make sense. When everything is made so easy for them, it's changing some of the goals that we might have had in education, but we need to make sure that the goals themselves were solid to start with. We need to focus on mental, sort of like the sharpening of the mind, what mathematics does in sharpening the mind. But if AI is doing all their work for them and doing the heavy lifting, then how is their mind going to be sharpened, right? It's not going to. And so education needs to step back and ask some fundamental questions. What is human flourishing? Why are we using the same methods now that we were using before the information age and the AI age? Like grade-based learning as opposed to mastery-based learning. How can we transition to mastery-based learning? How can our schools become more problem-solving centers and not just knowledge acquisition centers? There's just so much that's going to happen with education in the AI age. And so I'm starting this discussion as a quick live, and we'll be doing more of these from time to time. Short videos, encouraging educators, encouraging families to think about what does it mean to be educated in the AI age? Well, I could tell you that we need to raise the bar. I think we need to start doing Calc 5 in high school, because if kids have tools, then why can't they get all the way to Calculus 5, right? Because why do I want them to do Calculus 5? Because math is beautiful. We also need to be teaching with a more integrative approach. English and history should be taught together. Math and science should be taught together. All of the subjects can even be taught together once in a while. We need to have educators collaborating more, because in this age that we live in, what becomes interesting in school is where we show students connections between a historical event and a scientific discovery. We show them the discovery of compounds in chemistry and what was going on in France when Lavoisier did his work. What was going on in England in the 1600s when Isaac Newton did his work? We need to start showing students connections that they've never seen before. Education needs to change. And so I want to encourage us to really think about how can we help children flourish. Human flourishing is a key element of what needs to happen in this age of, with what's going on now. We need to be careful to remember that human flourishing should be a key goal and not allow technology to make humans not step up to the plate, so to speak. There are areas, again, where I think students might get lazy, and we have to watch out for that. Apathy might come. But let me mention one last great concern I have about education in the AI age. I don't think that technology should, the AI companies should focus on adding any more entertainment to what children already have. Children have so much entertainment in their lives. The last thing they need is just more entertainment. What I want to encourage them to do, or what I want to encourage people to do, is we need to encourage students to use these technologies as a tool to help them grow in their understanding about different aspects, do research more efficiently. They still need to verify the work that the AI system gives them. But my point is, the last thing we need is for them to have more tools to distract them from living life. This is going to be critical. There's just so much distractions for these young people already. And I'm concerned that those distractions outside the classroom will come into the classroom. So we have to get ahead. We've not recovered from the social media effects on children, and now we're adding another layer. We need to get ahead. We need to do what we can. So stay tuned, please. Let's keep the conversation going on how can families support their children to thrive in this age, rather than get more negative effects that could happen when we don't pay attention to what these technologies can do. Look forward to sharing with you more. My name is Amos Tarfa. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll be talking more about education in the AI age. But the takeaway today, we need to raise the bar. If these guys have tools, we need to raise the bar. Number two, we need to monitor these technologies as to how it affects, how is it distracting students, and what can we do to help protect them better now than compared to when social media came. And then we need to rethink everything from first principles on what are we doing in education, why are we doing it, and what are the things that need to leave. And then let's move to mastery-based learning, focusing on helping students to master concepts before they move to the next thing. There's no reason to not do that at this point in history. Look forward to sharing more. My website is learningforexcellence.com, livingsensibly.org, and countingtocalculus.org. Look forward to talking to you soon. Have a blessed day.